making his way into the arena. It is Shell Irwin Davis. He will be taking on the always tough Adam Meredith in our main event. Shell Irwin Davis coming off 2 back-to-back wins in Bellator over very, very tough people. It's going to be a big one, ladies and gentlemen. But first, Frank Sloan taking on Garrett Gross.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out our next bout of the evening, Frank Sloan.
Coming to us by way of Edwardsville, Illinois, it is Frank Sloan, who's riding a 500 record, a 3-3, and coming off a big win over Sal Woods. He is really liking the gritty training that he is getting out at the St. Charles MMA gym. A lot of good guys who have made it to the big leagues of the UFC coming out of that location. Frank Sloan is always one of the tough guys. He had an injury. It put him out for quite some time. Comes out, gets a win, says, I immediately want to jump back in here, and I want to do it for Shamrock FC so I can do it on the big stage.
Yeah, it looks like he's been training extremely hard, and this is the big stage. You got Garrett Gross, who's been around for a long time, been a main event fighter, and Frank Sloan really looking to take that from him, you know, make a name for himself with this fight, I feel like.
A win over Garrett Gross can put Frank Sloan on the map in this division. Now, this is a catch-weight bout of 160 pounds, but Frank Sloan basically came in at about 156 anyway.
Take him 156. Looks in extremely good shape, though. Just really, really wants to get out there and fight, make it happen.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Garrett Gross.
Coming to us by way of DuQuoin, Illinois, and Sabins MMA, it is Garrett Gross. Garrett Gross has been an absolute stalwart in the Midwestern MMA scene. He has been here forever. As we see our tail of the tape, a very closely matched contest here. 30 years old, 5'8", 157 pounds for Frank Sloan. Garrett Gross, 28 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds out of DuQuoin, Illinois. Again, this was a 160-pound catch-weight bout.
Yeah, even with the catch-weight, though, extremely evenly matched. It looks like physically down the line from age, weight, height, range, all of it.
Garrett Gross has gone so far as to take boxing fights to better himself. If you want to get better in the sport of combat, you have to compete. And he did that. He came out against a very, very tough boxer. Threw a back fist, which wasn't legal, but it was still awesome to watch.
Hey, we caught that fight. That was a really, really competitive boxing match. Took a extremely blue chip boxer into a draw. I mean, you go to a draw with a guy that boxes full time, you are a serious combat athlete and serious about doing all the things you need to do to better your career and really make sure that everyone knows what level you are competing at.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the Metro PCS blue corner this evening, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighs in at 157 pounds, fighting out of Edwardsville, Illinois, Frank Sloan. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the Robeck Realty red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighs in at 160 pounds, fighting out of DuQuoin, Illinois, Garrett Gross.
Referee Mark Wassam has the call for this 3-round fight. Frank Sloan in the blue tape, Garrett Gross in the red. Quick touch of the gloves, and we are off.
Mutual respect, good establishment so far of their footwork, stancing. High kick coming from Garrett Gross. Looked to cut off the cage with that high kick.
Gross kind of measuring the distance here with that front, lands a nice kick to the body. Sloan answers back with a left hand. Duck under there coming from Gross.
Oh, that uppercut just missed. And we've seen Garrett Gross throw some nasty uppercuts before.
Nice uppercut again there coming out of Gross.
Yeah, look for that to be a tool tonight. It seems like that front leg kick, and we always know that uppercut's a pretty dangerous tool for him.
Gross again trying to measure that distance. Nice duck under there coming from Sloan to get Gross to the ground.
Yeah, beautifully timed level change and just drives through a double leg.
Now let's see what Sloan can do here from that position. Garrett Gross working full open guard.
Yeah, and being physically strong, training with a lot of the guys that he is training with at St. Charles MMA, this could be the game plan. It could be to stifle the standing attack of Garrett Gross and really just smother him. He's got a little bit of a can opener position right there, using that to land some shots.
Gross trying to work those hips there. Gross working that back of the head, trying to hold the position there. Sloan doing exactly what he needs to do here, though, keeping him up against the cage, almost turning the angle to not let him work his way up the cage there, trying to stand up and wall walk.
Yeah, and like I said, just staying gritty with it tight, using that can opener to land some hammer fists, to pull him out, make sure he can't get his head to the cage to scramble up or wall walk like he wants to. You know, and so far it kind of looks like Garrett Gross might be trying to ice this position from the bottom, force a stand-up. Little sweep attempt there, though, creating space.
Big shots to the body coming from Frank Sloan halfway through round one.
Yeah, nice control by Sloan. Looks very, very physically strong in this position.
Absolutely very athletic is Frank Sloan. He is doing exactly it here, following the hips of Gross as he's trying to do a sweep to get out of this position. But he is having none of it, just going to stay in that position, be heavy. Gross trying to elevate there, get that knee in.
Good overhand from the top there, landed by Sloan. Garrett Gross had opened up a little bit from the bottom, landed some shots, but opened himself up to a little bit of that slicing shot over the top.
But as we've seen with some of the judges tonight, just because you're in top position doesn't mean you're winning.
Oh, you don't, yeah. You know, if I'm any of these guys, I'm nervous to just hang out in top position after seeing the way that some of these can be called or scored or.
Yeah, as some of these have come through tonight, I mean, it's a lot different than what we thought it would be as we are down to 1 minute remaining here in the first round of this 3-round fight.
And nothing's a given. Nothing is a given, but Garrett Gross really can't afford to play this game too much or for any more rounds because so far he's not really throwing up submissions from the bottom, and the referee is really letting him fight it out on top. So
as long as the top person stays busy in the eyes of the referee, he will let them work in that position.
Yes, he will, and Frank Sloan is staying very, very busy and has stayed very effective. With about 25 seconds left this round, very, very well fought out so far by Sloan. Now, that's what you need to do from the bottom sometimes. Just get the hell up.
Oh, big knee there coming from Gross. He's opening up the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, trying to steal this round maybe, or just.
I'd say Gross is trying to end this fight.
Yeah.
What a way to finish that round there for Gross.
Super explosive finish. And it looks like that might have taken a toll on Sloan because Sloan just took a big, deep breath after that onslaught. But like I said, that's what you need to do sometimes from bottom, especially if you see that they're just trying to play the game. Just get the hell up. And he did that and then let it fly.
As we see here from our main event, our instant replay here, Mrs. just opens up with the 1 and 2s right down the pipe.
Yeah, and Sloan was game. Sloan was firing back. Didn't absorb anything too damaging.
Let's see how Garrett Gross answers the bell here for the second round. Is he going to come out screaming again? He's going to have to avoid that takedown out of Sloan.
Yeah, he's going to avoid the takedown and just keep this pressure on. Smartly timed out takedown, but Sloan's got to be careful because he almost walked into a big knee there.
Gross trying to scramble to get up here.
Yeah. Sloan looking to settle this down now, establish that top control again. And I think Gross really just trying to stick that game plan of scrambling, creating space, and getting up.
Sloan landing in side control here.
Yeah, he's using that arm in between the legs to really scoop and keep a lot of heavy top pressure and neutralize some of the scrambling attempts by Gross. And you're going to see Gross look to kick off the cage, maybe buck and get back up.
Make him do something.
Side control position here from Frank Sloan, starting to land a few elbows there.
Yeah, side control,
right
some short
in
elbows.
front of Baseball Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith right there.
Yep.
He loves some mixed martial arts. Nice bump and roll there coming out of Garrett Gross to get back up. Oh!
Big uppercut.
Gross trying to finish this fight.
Now he's all over Sloan.
Sloan trying to survive.
Yeah, Sloan,
Gross lays him over.
Sloan doing anything he can to just survive at this point.
Sloan trying to roll here.
Rolls right into a north-south attempt. And that's plenty of time on the clock.
Absolutely, still over 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here.
Yeah, he's looking to take his time, settle that choke in potentially.
Gross trying to swing it around here. Sloan now trying to get back into a decent position. Gross going to stand up with him. Sloan throws a knee. Big uppercut coming from Garrett Gross.
Yeah, let's see what kind of legs Sloan has underneath him because he just absorbed the damage and got whammed right over. He's probably going to look to close off his guard and just slow this tempo down because he absorbed a tremendous amount of damage just now.
Sloan did an amazing job there, though, to keep his wits about him. Had to have been, I mean, that shot that took him to the ground was absolutely brutal.
I thought it could have been stopped there.
Definitely.
At least 2 times, but Sloan, man, hats off to him to survive that.
Sloan was an absolute warrior in that position.
Yes, he was.
He's throwing up the high guard. Gross does a good job. Steps back away. Wants nothing of that submission attempt. Back into full guard here is Sloan.
Yeah, he's got that full guard closed off. Going to look to just probably slow things down because even when he threw up that submission from the bottom, Gross made him pay for it with some big shots from the top.
Minute and 30 remaining here in round 2 of this 3-round fight. Jeremy Johnson along with my partner Ryan Sutton live for Shamrock FC 290 from River City Casino in St. Louis, Missouri. Still a lot more action to come tonight. Garrett Gross on top here doing some damage with the elbows and working that body.
Man, you know what I had said that the uppercut is a huge tool by Garrett Gross, and I feel pretty impressed with myself that I didn't lie because he landed about 3 or 4 of them that almost took Sloan out of commission and put the lights out that round.
Definitely. Ryan, it looks like you've done this before.
You know what? A time or two.
Heavy elbow strike. They're coming from Gross, holding it down right on the neck. They're using that forearm to just push and pressure, now posturing up to get some damage done. 30 seconds remaining here in the second round. Big round for Garrett Gross here.
Yeah, huge round. Potential finish and just very, very damaging so far.
Big sweep there coming from Sloan. Gross just gonna be happy to sit back, kind of pop him in the legs a little bit. 10 seconds remaining as they're gonna be, big uppercut.
Big shots.
10 seconds, Gross trying to finish.
Referee taking a close look at this. Let's see if
Saved by the bell. Will Sloan answer?
Yeah, let's see if Sloan answers the bell here.
Can Sloan get back on the stool?
He's not looking great like he's getting on the stool, Jeremy. This might be all she wrote. That was a flurry. I think the doctor's going to come take a look at this as well.
Absolutely, a big gash was opened up there.
Yeah, violent finish to that round.
Our cutmen do an amazing job here to keep the fighters in the fight. As we go to our instant replay here, Garrett Gross lines up huge uppercut, sends him to the canvas.
Perfectly timed uppercut.
Again, Sloan eats more shots. He does have a hold of the leg, trying to fight that. Referee Mark Wassam, I think, made a good call there, letting it go.
Yeah, I think he would have made a good call letting it go, and I think he would have made a good call finishing it. I think this is all she wrote.
I believe that the doctor is going to stop this fight.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage taken in a very short amount of time. Garrett Gross is an explosive dude. Garrett Gross, explosive dude. Sloan came in, that game plan of trying to take him down, wear on him.
And as you said, that uppercut, even as he was on the ground, what a shot.
Yeah.
Did some serious, serious damage. Opened up a big cut there on the eye of Sloan, and that was all she wrote.
Yes, man.
This is a huge win here for Garrett Gross.
Yes, it is, against a very, very game-tough Frank Sloan, but man, Garrett Gross was too much for him whenever he had the chance to open up.
Absolutely. But Frank Sloan came in tonight and did a great job against a very tough opponent, but he ate a ton of damage in that second round.
Yeah, super tough, super competitive fight.
Fighter safety is of the utmost importance in the world of mixed martial arts, and absolutely whatever the doctor says goes. Dr. Dom, he's a good one out there.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the best doctors in the fight game. Lucky to have him floating around here, and think he probably made the right call there in between rounds, especially with as much trouble as he was having getting up.
Let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Bayer to give us our results.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended at the end of round 2 due to stoppage. Your winner out of the red corner, Garrett Gross!
An absolutely beautiful performance from Garrett Gross. As you said, his uppercut did the damage tonight to make things happen.
Yeah, it did. That uppercut was on point a few times, did the damage. And even with short time left, unloaded a few against the cage to just bring it home.
Coming up next, it is one of the fights I have been looking for since it was announced. It is undefeated Bellator veteran Rashard Lovelace will be taking on undefeated Sean Woodson. And we'll be right back right here at Shamrock FC.